Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at Django Oscar. To simply put it, Django Oscar is a Python library that's built on top of Django for the purposes of e-commerce. So you could use this library if you're looking to build an e-commerce website. So without further ado, let's jump into the code. So the first thing we want to do is create our virtual environment. I have a very simple setup here. This code, by the way, will be available in Git. I've checked out my branch and I'm going to create my virtual environment. Then we'll start to implement it. So the first thing we do is use VNV to create the virtual environment. So we have our virtual environment. So the next thing we want to do is activate it. So now we have our virtual environment. It's been activated. The first thing we want to do is pip install Django as well as Django Oscar. So it's the first thing we do now. So with Django Oscar installed, the next thing we want to do is install some of the dependencies. So the first thing we do here is pip install sol thumbnail. Next thing we want to do here is start our project. So start the Django project. So we use Django admin. So in this case, I will call it the demo shop. We'll now have our empty Django project. As you can see here, we have the relevant files. In order to integrate Django Oscar into this Django project that we now have, we need to first of all make some edits to the settings file. So the first thing that we want to do is import all the dependencies. So with this command, we are essentially just importing everything that Django would need in order to integrate Oscar. The next modification we need to make to our settings.py is in our context processes. We need to add the following. Then in our installed apps, we need to add the following apps. Then we need to specify the site ID. Followed by the haystack connection settings. As this is for demo purposes, I will be using the built-in SQLite 3 database. Obviously, if you want something that's a little bit more robust, you'd probably go for PostgreSQL or MariaDB or something equivalent. But in this case, for demo purposes, we'll keep it very simple. We'll go for the SQLite 3. Another modification we need to make is in the urls.py. So navigate back to your folder here. You will have the urls.py. And the first thing that we want to do is import the correct libraries. So for example, here we need to add, besides the path, we also need include and we also need apps from Django. We also need to add the URLs for Oscar. This is all we need. We should be ready to start our app. As you can see here, we do have 144 unapplied migrations, but the good news is that the app does actually start. So if I click, we're missing. So essentially, the reason why it's erroring is because we haven't applied the migration. So the first thing we need to do now is apply the migrations. So with the migrations applied, the next thing is to start the app. We're still facing some errors. Not too sure what this is, but okay, so the reason why we were facing that error is because I had forgot to add in the middleware. You need the following lines. So now, yeah, so if we navigate, we finally have Oscar working set up. Obviously, you can navigate to the dashboard to set it up. But in order to actually be able to do that, you need to first of all create a super user, then you're able to log in. But yeah, this concludes the setting up of Oscar.